So in light of Elden Ring winning the Game of the Year Award 2022, we're going to look at the best boss arenas that FromSoft have had to offer to us since the very beginning. Despite seeing a lot of these multiple times and getting sick of it because someone said, "Get good!" to you, and now you have even more of an axe to grind, while your palms callously slip away from your hands. I just bought that controller. So you're not seeing the arenas, you're seeing red. So hopefully this video will help you remember exactly what these arenas look like in full color, and see how the arenas have evolved since Demon Souls. I'll rank them based on their design, their atmosphere, and the grand spectacle each arena brings.
Pymtheg!
Champion Gundyr. The aura around the untended graves already gives you an eerie prediction as to what the Age of Dark would be like if it was to erupt upon the land. And the dark atmosphere here is really what enhances this area upon the original Gundyr fight. The nice candle lighting without the dinner. I mean, I doubt he's going to buy me any dinner. Although he might be up for some angry sex. You're really looking at a spooky land site here, with the gravestones providing a sense of dread and mystery among the overgrown roots. Very fitting for the possibility of fighting Gundyr at his very best.
Pedwar of ddeg!
Lady Maria of the Astral Clock Tower. I think I have a thing for candles. I'm not a hopeless romantic, am I? But the arena for Lady Maria seems very barren unless you notice the back of the clock shining light into the arena. But the added beauty of the fight is seeing blood accumulate over the damaged floorboards, and showcases more and more detail the more the fight goes on, providing more depth to your fight with Maria.
Ddeg!
Great Grey Wolf Sith. The final resting place of Sir Artorias with his loyal canine guarding him. The field itself is barren, but the grave in the center speaks volumes to the overall feel of the arena. This is one of the most beloved places of lore in the series, and giving this area more fog helped so much. Oh wait. Oh, that's just me crying. Yep.
Ddeg!
Gehrman the First Hunter and the Moon Presence. What's better is fighting in an extended part of a beloved area which has been locked for the majority of the game. And when you get there, the workshop is already burning, rest in peace, but the flowers are still blooming, providing a mixture of bliss and despair. All while the moon looks upon you, waiting for the outcome, and then the red moon descends, and the presence takes its turn. Does anyone have an audiobook they need narrating at all?
Ddeg!
Ishin the Sword Saint. Flowers! And this flower's for you, and this one's for you, and this one. This is supposed to make battlefields look more positive. They're not. And this area demonstrated that ironically. As the games have evolved, so have the graphics. So it's just nice to see all the grains rustling through the wind and providing an extra layer to handling this piece of shiitake hard boss, along with the embers subtly scattering everywhere, showcasing how your whole life is burned to a crisp. But enough about my inner monologues.
Ddeg!
Champions Gravetender and Gravetender Great Wolf. Great pieces of shit. You know, you're glad your arena is a beauty because this boss fight is a beast, and not one that lives happily ever after. One that lives on more feces than a dung beetle. But honestly, I didn't realize how great ice and flowers go together until I discovered this DLC. Okay, now it's turning into a JML ad. But it's a large area with many choices on where to fight, so it makes sense to go mad, in this being the redeeming factor of where you are.
Naur!
The Storm King. Personally, the PS5 remake of Demon Souls looks the best graphically, and it's nowhere other than this arena which truly captures that essence of, okay, think descriptive words, pissing down rain next to a large body of water. Nailed it! But this version of the arena really does well to make the storm seem a lot more fierce than you ever remember. And in turn, the dark sky, things blurred out from a long way away, everything being much sharper, and in turn it makes the titanic beast that much more fearsome.
Wyth!
The Soul of Cinder. Nothing screams nostalgia quite like this fight. This is everything that the game has been building up towards, and the setting does not disappoint. While the setting of the Gwyn fight was filled with more sadness throughout, this one takes everything into consideration. The architecture, the horizon, and especially the flames, showcasing Lords of Cinder that came before us to highlight an epic final duel.
Saith!
King of the Storm and the Nameless King. This is where I genuinely think areas can capture all the atmosphere imaginable to further improve the significance of each encounter, and this is the first instance. Everything is shrouded in dark clouds with dragon statues lining up to decorate the battlefield. All while the Nameless King looks completely menacing, having all the clouds surround his body as he approaches you, taking some clouds with him with every swipe. It's almost like Storm said, "I can make wind," and he just said, "Hold my mead." Isn't that what people drunk during those ages?
Chwech!
Rom the Vacuous Spider. Factually, this area contains nothing. absolutely nothing. To which I question, how can nothing be so great? So things are possible for me. But just looking off into the bright distance and witnessing the reflections of the moon in the water still doesn't calm yourself from all the Eddie Guerreros trying to frog splash you wherever you go. But it tries. It tries. And it succeeds. There was a lot of build up to the Great Ones before this fight. And when they finally reveal to you exactly what they're capable of, it's in something completely bliss within an endless void. And I think that's what makes it so significant.
Pimp!
The Orphan of Kos. Now we have the same, except we have some land to make it more interesting. I've never sounded more boring in my life. But the idea of being able to utilize both leaves a great impression on the innovation Bloodborne like to impose on the player, and it isn't more fitting than one of the best boss fights in the series. Also showing the cutscene prior where the Orphan is looking up at the distant moon.
Pedwar!
Starscourge Radahn. I think the developers took the term, the world's your oyster, a bit too literally with this one. The arena is a barren desert full of Radahn's falling spears, and the fight wants you to utilize all this space for a time. The red aesthetic really adds to the danger sensing of the fight, and then takes a different turn when the fight enters its second phase, and Radahn has changed it to night, with the slam of his entire body, and thus all his gravity magic has a more sinister feel to it, made that much more epic when you finally defeat him, with or without the help of your comrades.
3!
Slave Knight Gale. Carrying the same feel as Radahn, Gale introduced a widespread battlefield, with a few more dunes and mist, cloaking up what's yet to come in the fight. Darkness, just like with Radahn, but with a bit more lightning. And oh Christ, honestly at times it makes you back away from him to avoid him reaching through that TV and ripping your sternum out.
Die!
Welcome to Hell. No, this is actually what Hell looks like. I'm not just talking about that cancelled American adaptation of the IT crowd. And we thought we could cover that with chandeliers, but guess what? Chandeliers can be inhabited by evil Pokemon, so there's no covering it up. Everything looks so demonic, disjointed, and frankly prison-like. Sounds weird saying prison-like from a Welsh person. Oh, it's like a prison-like, innit? I'm feeling like getting a mashed potato from the canteens. Anyone want one? Got no snow outside, so we just want to throw fucking mash at people. Or does anyone want an half and half instead? Also in the second phase, the ceiling becomes covered by mist, and it creates an expansion on the size of the whole arena. It's a near perfect example of using the environment to showcase the epic nature of a fight.
Heen!
Dragon Lord Placidusax. And here we go. I don't think I've witnessed the approach of a boss be any more epic than how the scenery of Placidusax presents itself. Placidusax is floating above the ground with the lightning shimmering in the background, making it for one hell of an epic mobile phone wallpaper. The arena itself is simple enough, but let's not forget we just saw this in pieces prior to the boss fight and the cutscene. But now it has a sense to play up the fight much bigger than expected, making you fight in a closed-off floating coliseum, and it also feels like you're in the presence of a god, where it feels like an honor to fight him. And that's everything. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know what your favorite arenas are from the Souls series. Also let me know if you want to see more Souls-related content in the future. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more content. Also click the notification bell as well. My social media links are in the description where I post updates and schedules for my live streams. Currently I am streaming Demon's Souls PS5 version, which I usually do on Twitch and TikTok. So thanks again for watching, and until next time, lights out.